We're in creative at the moment, just so I can show you what's going on here. Look at that. Hold on, look, infinite, I need infinite electricity, but not infinite fuel. So today I've been off and on, doing little bits when I could, trying to get all the logic cleaned up and all the logic completed. So I spent a bit of time just doing the interior, like the driver's position. So I put the speed up on the top there. I'm still working on this panel and like this right hand side in general, but I've got don't get lost unit, and then down the bottom I've got the interior lights. So we've got no lights, just off, white lights, and then a red light like an emergency light or something. Below that I've got a rear door and a light to tell me that that door's open, and that's the same switch with the lights as well down here and on the back, but they're all the same. Then we've got a parking brake, which I need to make it so you can't accelerate when the parking brake's on. So right now I'm holding W because it's causing the engine to rev up, but the parking brake's holding it. So I would like it to just disconnect the throttle completely. And I've got headlights, and with the headlights I've also got like brake lights. I'm still working on it because I want them to be like dim when the headlights are on, and then when you engage the brakes for them to come on a bit more brighter, and then when you press reverse, which is 1, the lights go red and we're in reverse mode. Then this little cluster here is the usual engine RPS, engine temperature, fuel and battery. I've got heaps of fuel for the tank that's in here, 700 litres, and I'm basically sitting on the tank. So where this steps up, this front section and below the gunner seat, that's the fuel tank, and it's only 1 block thick. It's all microcontrolled. Then we've got flares. So on the sides here I've got these 2 little flare pods, and I've got 8 remaining flares, and it just counts down every time you launch them. And the ones I've got in there at the moment, the flares, are a lingering white illumination flare, because I think that's going to be useful for me when I'm just out in the dark and want to see what I'm doing. I haven't done anything with the gunner's seat. It's the same kind of design, but it's just going to have the machine gun display in the middle there. And then I think the bed is going to go back in here, but it'll be equipment when it's folded up. I think that should work okay. I've got a little air gauge here, the air supply, 218 litres. It spawns in behind the seat, and it's pure oxygen when it spawns, but then it has to refill with air because I've got no way to separate the oxygen out. Spear gun ammo, flare guns, welders, stuff that I drop like binoculars and flashlights, then a couple of glow sticks, and that could be replaced with something else. I might paint the inside of this door a different color because it just looks like a wall, because it's the same color as the like grey on the edge of the frame. I've got the defibrillator, some first aids, and the heater, medical bed, rope, cable, hose, fire extinguisher, rifles. It's all much the same. But then on the outside I've painted it to look like Drebin's striker from Metal Gear Solid 4, and I kind of copied the logo as well, and that is also on the door, but it doesn't quite fit. At the moment I've just got all these microcontrollers sort of sticking on there, but I need to move them, and I'll probably move where this logo is as well. On this side I put this little rail ladder looking thing on, and I've got a button here which opens where my gearbox and clutch system is for the wheels and the propellers. So the one on the left is the wheels and the one on the right is the propellers. Here's the fuel flap, and then headlights, hood latch. I need to put a handle in there somewhere so you can actually get up into this pretty easily. It's the same engine. The only thing I've changed is I took out the catalytic converter that's down the back there and put in a nozzle, and then I've got a winch mounted on the front now, spotlights for headlights. What I've done on the front, so because of where the pivot is for the hood, I've had to like I've had to slope it down really quickly so that I can get a flat section for the hood to open up. And I originally had this wedge going the whole way across, but it was interfering with this little camera box thing when it was coming up. So I just put a 1x4 wedge on top of that and let it drop off, and it opens nicely, but it actually made it look quite cool and like it's unique, and I really like how it turned out basically. I've also chucked another gearbox in the front. So what I ended up doing is the engine is currently spun up 3-to-1, and then it goes into the generator, which is spinning again 3-to-1, and then it goes into the impeller, which is filling up the gas tanks in the side through this vent on the back whenever we're driving. So I put the gearbox in the front to just spin the whole system up, because then I didn't have to put a gearbox in with the impeller for the refueling or refilling of the air tank. But then what I've had to do is gear down the wheels because they were going way too fast. So the top speed at the moment is like 130 or 120, which is actually really nice. It controls really well at this speed, and it feels like we're actually moving somewhere. Like, it feels like we're going fast. And then in water mode, the maximum speed is about 45 kilometers, but that's with an increased engine RPS as well. So I don't know if I can leave it like that or if it's going to cook the engine. I've got my heater up here, which I don't have in Korea, and there's a nozzle in the back here on the engine exhaust, which I don't have in Korea, and I don't have the radio antennas, which I'm going to use this one to receive weather information, unless I can figure out how to make the wind speed controller that I've got negate the movement of the vehicle. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be doing that, and it's not, so I might need to get another controller or someone else's and have a look and see how they did it. So for now, I just need to plug this hole here, which I'll use like yellow or something so I can clearly see where that is. So that is the radio antenna. The spot here doesn't matter for the heater. And I should paint maybe the outside of the door. This color here is a slightly darker color of the gray, so that might make that look a bit better, or a bit easier to see that it's a door. And then I need a port on the exhaust. Oh, there's a little blue block here. I just need anything that's can expel with the exhaust, basically. So this gearbox system here is what I was talking about. So this gearbox that's facing towards the engine spins it up 3-to-1, and then this one is my reverse gearbox, and then that goes off that way. So oh, it's not actually. So the gearbox here for the generator is only going 3-to-1. Then this one comes all the way back, goes up. Then at the top here it connects down. It's kind of hard to see. So there's an impeller with an air filter to pick up any water that gets sucked into the system. Then the air filter, or gas filter. And then down inside this pipe system there is a flow valve somewhere. And then that lets it flow into the 2 gas tanks that are down there. And then on the other side of that, if I bring this out one, out another, we've got the 2 clutches and all the gearboxes for the wheels and propellers. I put my logo that I made for Clifford on here. I think I'm going to use that on everything. I don't know what it's really supposed to be. It's just a nice looking cross thing. Yeah, so I need to hook up the cruise control, which shouldn't be too hard. I don't know what this is. Oh, machine gun movement. I can hook that up. That's just direct to the seat, and then they're all connected. So that seat... I think A and D will need to be 100% reset because they're going into a counter. Oh, they're both going into counters. So they both need to be 100% reset. But the A and D, it resets to 0 because it's a velocity pivot. Whereas the up and down, it's just slowing down the up and down movement. Isn't it? It's just adjusting the speed from WS. over here, I take this cruise control and I should be able to just connect them straight into each other. This is lab 14 minus some other things. For now, I'm just going to put the bed in there so I can use it on missions. And yeah, doing missions will help me figure out what's missing and what's annoying to use and work around and stuff like that. Oh, the electricity is not connected very well. I've also got hard points on the bottom, which is what I use for... I've got the same setup on like my trucks. Same setup on everything. I've always got these 2 hard points on the very bottom, and that is because, god damn, this is going to be hard to find everything. These 2 hard points here, I put them in this kind of orientation because the idea is that I'm going to have trailers and train wagons where I can load all of these vehicles, so everything can just drive on, and then the hard points will connect them all. Then it won't matter what I've got. I'll always be able to use like the one rail wagon. Oh no, I missed one. I missed one. Where is it? This one here. So is there a mission? I don't think there's any missions nearby. They're all pretty far away. We'll just use the bed. No, it's actually kind of close. Oh, my throttle is on 100% reset. So if I cruise control... doesn't even look like it's working. When I accelerate, because I changed my W and S to be 100% reset so that my brakes would engage quicker. And it's not really affecting the ECU because I guess the engine just takes so long to get up to speed that it doesn't really matter. And so the cruise control is detecting on channel 2 to lock it in. This might be another case of it's just broken for no apparent reason. Oh no, channel 3. Channel 2. I'll figure out a better solution for that so that it doesn't immediately go to 1. But in saying that, oh no, this light's not connected. I hate connecting electricity. It's the stupidest thing. Okay, if I go 1, oh, it didn't lock it. No. When I press 2 from that panel, 2 pulses the memory register, which is picking up the number from the seat, which is coming off W and S, which then should be saving once it's pulsed. Oh, because it's a push button. That system, or the way that that's configured, not gate on there, is sort of indicating that it's set up to be a toggle button. Because you wouldn't not a pulse, that's just going to turn off as soon as you let go of the push button. So 1, cruise control, we're stuck on 1. And that's all I want, is just so that I can jam the throttle and leave it when we're in the water. What I noticed as well with the color scheme, it's basically the same as the Shadow Fox, which is a Zoid. I had a toy of this, it was like my favorite Zoid. Water mode. So somewhere over by that volcano is where I'm headed. Once I unlock the fluid nozzle, that is removing the exhaust particles. So that's the only reason you see them right now. The engine is technically outside of the sealed area, so even with the hood closed, it's still outside, so it doesn't need any kind of funny piping coming out anywhere. If I get into the gunner seat, I should have full control of the gun, including firing. Maybe not firing. It's got ammo in there though. I don't know, but that's gonna connect the camera, and the laser pointer on there will connect into this display, and you'll be able to see what the distance is for what you're looking at, and It'll have like infrared buttons and stuff all around here. I need this one. This will be the next one I get, Arctic Rescue. It's only 10, but I need the heater. It'll be good to see what the temperature gets up to as well, because it's the RPS limit for this is 24, but it's only like hovering around 8, I guess is the max from what I can see on this anyway. Hopefully the temperature stabilizes. Oh no, the battery's draining. Why is the battery draining? It's draining really quickly as well. Is it the lights? I bet the gearbox on the generator isn't connected, like it isn't set up to 3 to 1, so it's just spinning very slowly. There is also a generator on the propellers, so I connected like 3 gearboxes to the propellers and a generator, so when you turn into land mode, when either you select land mode or the auto goes to land mode, it dumps all the spinning energy that's left in the propellers into this generator, and that stops it really quickly. That's so if you're on land and you get out of the vehicle, you're not going to get chopped up by the propellers, or you're much less likely to get chopped up. I have an electrical connector on the top, an anchor, so I can connect this to other things if I need to like steal some electricity from one of the docks somewhere I can recharge. Alright, one thing I need to add is a manual pump. I wanted to put a pump somewhere on the interior, so if you do get some water in here, you can pump it out. I don't want it to be an electric pump because they're just so noisy. And if you did get water in here, it's likely that it was just because the door was open in rough weather. Like if you've got enough water in to sink it, it's probably just going down. But if it's just a little bit of water, then I think I'll have like maybe a light that comes on that says there's a bit of water inside, and then just go use the pump. And it could probably go down on the side somewhere. This smoke is so annoying. If I change it to land mode, I wonder if the battery will get recharged suddenly. So I'm at 0.82. I didn't seem to. Something was wrong with that gearbox on the front. Magnitude 12. No, where is that? It's probably going to be a tsunami rolling through. I don't know if there's been a lot of weight changes on the interior, but I'm not sure if it's self-righting anymore. It wasn't self-righting, but you used to be able to like run back and forwards between the... You used to be able to run side to side if you're upside down, and it would roll itself back over. Not so sure anymore though. Also, while I'm out here, there's Coleman's Scuttle? Is that an LE? Anzen Trench and Natera ruins. There's also the Cavern of Thales. I've seen a crate or a chest maybe in there. There was definitely something that could, like, there's a potential spawn there. So I think it'll be worth checking at least a couple of those spots while I'm doing this mission. So this boat should just be on the other side once I get past trapdoor. It should just be out here somewhere. The battery's doing okay. Fuel is definitely okay. And I haven't put the max fuel on, like, for the top of the gauge because I wasn't sure what it was going to be. And the temperature's still... might need more radiators or something for that. It actually seems like the flow rate's pretty bad on it, but it'll just be because it's running really hot in water mode. I guess the lav was never really meant to be seagoing. Like, it's not meant to be in the deep ocean. It's meant to be a vehicle that can just transition from the land to the water really easily and be like a beach assault kind of vehicle. Oh man, I'm really close, like a kilometer. I should be able to see it. I think I see them over here. I think I'll get the fire extinguisher ready. I'm hoping I don't have to tie off to these people. We're looking for 2 casualties. I think one's already in the water. And the other one's probably dead. Probably dead on the deck. Cruise control off. And we have to go out this door just to make sure no water. Let me out. No! I need to close the door. Yeah, I don't want any water getting in through the driver's hatch. I'll get this person since they're right here. Ooh, straight into the bed. I wonder if the fire is below the deck. Kinda seems like it might be. Where is it? Is it this? It seems like it wants to keep restarting. Or is it in here? What? Come on, go out. Is it on the roof? It's on the roof. Oh well, at least they're not like dying. Okay. I want to do some of these dives since I'm over here, but my battery is dying. What's this one? 23,000, 18,000. I'll do the one that's closest. And then if there's nothing there, I can probably swing by this Killman's scuttle. But then it's like, if I'm going over there, I might as well go up to Thales. I'll see how I go. Maybe I can do all 3 of them. Like, boop, boop, boop. I think Lair of Mobius is just a cave entrance. Oh, is there something on top of that little hill there? That looks very square. It's so close, I better go check it out. But is that a volcano? I don't want to die on a volcano. I bet I need like firefighting outfit to go on a volcano. Oops. It looks like a crater, it's very square. Good thing is, I should just be able to go auto mode and drive up onto the beach. I don't know if I'm hot from the flare or if I'm hot from the volcano. So parking brake, and better save it. That door looked a bit suspicious. I'll have a look though. Oh, there's a crate here. Yes. Okay, hold on. So we'll get the Arctic, is it? Arctic Rescue. That'll get me my heater. Feeling a bit like I might have been tricked. I've been tricked. No. Yes, another one. Okay. I think my my door is a bit busted. It might be like an electrical drain or something. Oh yeah, it's very busted. That's not good. Why is it doing that? We're gonna sink. 100% we're gonna sink. Because that's not sealed. It's like its rotation is off. Because it's not dependent on like the angle of the vehicle anymore. Unless... No, how does this happen? It's running on a PID, so I don't know how it would have got offset. The PID should never be able to freely move, it should always be locked. As soon as we go in the water, I think we're gonna drown. And it's like, it's getting worse. The PID must be incorrectly tuned or something. Might be able to like jam the button a bunch. It looks like it's resetting to the right position though. I'm so screwed. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Try and get back to land. Okay. Parking brake off. Cruise control on. Can't see. Water mode and just hope the water's coming in. Oh no. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, did I open the door before I saved? Door is closed. Oh, the door is janky. What's going on here? Can I push it? No, what? It's like folding in. What the heck? How did that happen? I think I'm screwed. I haven't opened the door yet. Well, now it's... No. It's not rotating down far enough. Get everything started again. Where's my gun? I could drown myself and then I'll respawn hopefully back at the base. And I'll have all the research. I'll just be down another lav. Because it'd be better to leave the lav here instead of trying to drive it with a broken door. So there's this invisible pivot here which might have been bonked somehow. So if I make the door only be able to come down 90 degrees, then I can change over to a robotic pivot. And then it would never do this. But it would mean I lose the kind of like ramp aspect, because that's why I have velocity pivots, so that it can start upright and then, so it's like, it's starting at 0, then it's rotating past a quarter down to like 0.6, and that gives me the ramp. But it seems like it's not going to be reliable enough. I could try jumping on it or something to try and push it down. I need it to go down so that when I make it come back up, it closes in the right position. Unless I can reverse it into something. I don't think this is gonna work. I think we're gonna need to come and recover this. Damn, that's annoying. Damn it. I guess because the mission started, it's probably not going to finish. Should I take the bubble gum instead? Lubber. It might be more stable to take this. Burning money though. I guess I can grab... Let's see, hold on a minute. I have diving gear now, so I should swap out my scubas for diving gear. I'm just going to have to tow it back even though it's going to sink. Oh, research complete. And water mode. And cruise control. At least it is just over there, like, it's gonna be quite easy to find. And I've got 17 research now. What did I need? Was it something in here? Oh yeah, radio RX. So I need to get the relay and big battery. And that'll let me get the antennas, which are all in the next one, so I need another 13 research. Let's go to fails. Yeah. I need equipment. Where's my equipment? Did I not put a flashlight on here? Why did I not do that? Alright, so got no binoculars, no flashlight. So I'm gonna go to... How am I gonna do this? If I go over to get the lav, then I can get the flashlight and the binoculars off it, because I put them in there. I put spears in that. So I'm going up here, then I'll have to drag the lav, probably... Yes. Or I go to like Thales and then Kilman Scuttle and try and dive it with just glow sticks or something, because I can carry a glow stick. I think Thales is this one, it's the lump. I wonder if I can pull the lav up onto the back using the crane. I might be able to secure it more on the back, and then that should stop it from sinking completely. If I connect the bubblegum's winch to the lav's winch, I should be able to pull it up through the middle, maybe. Depends how wide it is. And then I can use these two rope anchors on the corners here to connect to the front, because I've got lots of rope anchors on the lav. And then it shouldn't slip off, and there's a tornado somewhere. Somewhere out over here to the east is a tornado. There was supposed to be a tsunami, or there was an earthquake, a really big earthquake. No tsunami though. Oh, there it is. It's a shame I don't have binoculars, but it's out there. Man, that's close. Please don't come over here. Oh, I think it's going away. It's going away. Why? What's happening? Is there a crate? Oh, okay. I mean, that's helpful. I better go check behind this rock. Nothing. Floating? Anything floating in here? There could be stuff below the surface in there, but with no lights, it's kind of a pain to go and check. Also, boat, what are you doing? Okay, let's be careful here, not to get caught in the propellers. Is because cruise control is on. I don't know what's going on with it. If I try and come over here, 21 and 19. I just need to go west, basically. And then I'm just sort of working my way north. They should make the crates and the chests like an interactable thing. And you open it, and then inside it can have a thing to collect. Because then it could have like a money or a research thing that you collect by looking inside of it, but it could also have stuff like flashlights and binoculars. Then you might get lucky looking for a piece of equipment that you've lost. You might find a crate that already has a piece in it. How fast is 42 knots? It's 77. That can't be right. Is this thing really doing 77 Ks? The Lav felt way quicker than this. But the Lav was only doing 40 kilometers. It was like half the speed. One of these might not be reporting the correct speed. 21 and 19, 800. That's another 400 meters. Wow, what's going on? Crazy wind. What's going on? It's like a really long, flat wave. Okay, somewhere below me, there's probably a boat. I'm just gonna have a very quick look. Yeah, I better take everything because I've got no lights, and so I'll chuck a glow stick and then I'll carry it. It looks like that's something, some kind of rock. Oh, it's a propeller. Sheesh. Wait, is it just a propeller? There's no boat? Man, this is actually a lot bigger. This is massive. I hope the boat doesn't float away too much. One treasure. We'll leave glow sticks everywhere I go. The chairs and stuff. Guess I go out the door and then go up to the next floor. Ooh. I can't see. I can't see. Where am I? I went off the side. Oh, it's like, this is a huge boat. What the hell? I think that's my boat floating away. God damn, it's too bright. It's really very difficult to do this without a flashlight. It's very difficult. I'll come back with a flashlight because I feel like there's a lot of tunnely type things, like going through doors and windows. Stuff where I actually need a flashlight to see what's going on. That is a massive boat. I'd also like something that's got an anchor for that so that I'm not chasing my boat. What would be really cool? Maybe if you had like a rope on a winch, so a winch that drops an anchor, but then you have a pulley in the middle, and the pulley has a propeller or something on it, and a little control handle, and so you can just hold on to the pulley, and it'll just take you down, and then you know, like, there's an anchor at a very specific spot that's definitely connected to your boat with a handle on it, so a way to get back up, and then you just ride the winch back up. What was the other thing I was missing? There was the antenna, the heater, and the fluid nozzle. This one. Okay, I can get that. I'll get that next. It also gives me the firefighting outfit, which is very useful. Dude, what's up with these waves? They're like incredibly low, but they're just spaced apart so massively. Actually, this is a tsunami or a rogue wave. Whoa, 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 whoa. It looks like there's lots of really long waves though. Also, what is this island? Eggnog Cave, maybe? I'm just looking for a silhouette of a crate. I don't see anything. This is where I need to be going. And I'm going to sleep. Electrics is done. Cruiser boats. If they're out here, I'll go have a look. Huh. I don't have a transponder that works. If I happen to come across them, I can rescue them. What I need to do is like have a robotic pivot that has a hard point on it and catches my door as it spawns. So it spawns in its spot, then my pivot rotates and the hard point rotates in and catches it. That way I can rotate back, or I can rotate in both directions with a robotic pivot. Only when you close it and press on the door frame controller. This man is an idiot. Hope my lav is still here. Like it opens when you take it out the workbench. What are these people on about? What? 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 My boat! What? Where's my boat? What? What the hell? No, where? I'm in my boat. I can't go up because I'm like inside. I'm trying to swim. I'm trying to get away. What the hell was that? My boat just disappeared on me. What the hell? What? Excuse me. I just lost the boat. Like it's gone. Hold on. What the hell? Nat vehicles, I think that's the one that it's still here. Technically, that's it there. I'm gonna just hold on, we need to investigate this. I'm gonna turn off my damage and teleport myself over here. I might turn on no clip as well, because then I can actually look for it. I can hear it. It's here somewhere. Is it below the ground? There's a particle effect. So that might be it. No, that's the volcano. Here's a fish. It's gone. What the hell? I'm so glad I'm recording this. So it's just gone? It's this one. So I'm going to turn on allow teleport vehicles because I think that's what lets me recover it. It's gone. Huh? What? Also, I'm saving the game. Am I bugged? I think I'm bugged. I've got the saving game glitch. Which means I can't save. I also can't load. I also can't quit. What the hell? What do I do? What do I do? I guess we Alt F4 and try and reload. What the hell? Where am I now? Oh, alright. Super far back with a broken door. I've got the two crates that we found here. There was a treasure chest at Kilman's Scuttle, and then the boat vanished up here. What do I do? Because the lav is clearly broken. I was driving out to recover it, but my boat got vanished. Okay, I'm making the executive decision. Allow teleport vehicles. I'm returning, I have to turn on the waypoints as well. Map vehicles. I'm returning this to the workbench. That mission is basically forfeit because those people can't be teleported back. So this sucks. This is a big suck. Essentially, I'm back where I was before I started. They say this game is in a 1.0 release and it's not in an alpha. Who would have knew? Okay, anyway. I'm very upset about this. This bothers me. It says it's saving. Is it going to stop saving? Oh, it did, okay. So I'm going to save. And then I'm going to load. We're going to creative. What did I change in the minus? Because I'm pretty sure I changed something. The cruise control, right? The cruise control button was a push instead of a toggle. So in creative, I've got my heater in place, and the cruise control button just needs to be set to toggle, but also the channel in the ECU needs to be changed to 3. This one here, 3. Update. So everything should be good on lap 14. And what I want to do is try and figure out how I can make this door work with a robotic pivot to try and stop it from janking out and getting stuck. So what I'm going to do is place down just a door, basically. The same door so that I can see what's going on. I don't need all this stuff on the sides. And I need to know if this door can spawn open. I'm mostly certain that I can't spawn it like this and then have it seal. Because if I can get rid of these 2 pivots for robotic pivots, then I will be able to fully control, and if I can spawn it open, then I can go down a little bit and be at 0 when it's all the way up. So I'm also going to have to build a little pod. I'm pretty sure this doesn't work, but I better test it just to make sure in case something's changed, because it would solve a lot of my problems. I'm basically going to spawn this, close the door, and then get it in the water somehow. So the easiest way, I think, is going to be to have a little switch box that by default closes it. So to be open can be 0, which means when it is off, it should be at when it's on, it should be at 1. When it's off, it should be at probably 1, I think it was set to. This button goes in here, and this goes into my robotic pivots. So I spawn it on land, the door closes. And then I might do something about the lock seal state up here. So if this is sealed, then it can lock. So let's grab 2 more nodes. Seal and lock. If it's sealed, so if it's closed and the button is not pressed, then lock. That way it should close and automatically lock itself. But then if the button is pressed, okay, I don't need that, I need this. And if the button is pressed, it will unlock. That should be what it does. The trick will be, how quickly can that door close? And it's sunk, but it's floating. Why is it floating? Huh, there's air in here. There is water in here. We are filling with water. Wait, is this continuing to fill with water? If I set the speed to very fast and put a seat in here so that I can actually see what's going on, in a dial and a liquid meter, level, I might as well try and pump any fluid out, in case there's water just getting in when the door is open. Better use the big one. Okay. Zoop! It closes really quickly. So that pump's going. Any water in here should be getting pumped out. Oh, it's definitely filling with water though. So yeah, door doesn't seal. If I open this, there seems to be no real difference of how much water is coming in. The only thing is that it's like pushing this whole box around because it's so fast. So that means that this door must be in place like that when the vehicle spawns. That is the only way to count that as a door. But all this middle stuff doesn't... This is a door. This is technically a door. So what I want is... So let's say we have this pivot, right? This pivot here can rotate up to that position there and down to that position there. Zoop, zoop. But what I want is for this to be able to pivot down like that. So I need the door to spawn where it is, and then I need this white piece to come up like that. Go zoop, really quickly. Well, not even really quickly because it'll be on land when I spawn it, but it needs to catch the door. We'll use some hard points, right? Because I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it up so that it's in the door. This is going to be very tricky, I think. Okay, so 1 hard point there. Then if this pivot comes up, 1, 2, 3, and that's where the hard point needs to be on the 4th position. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then the hard point needs to be here. The pivot is going to pivot up first, grab the hard point, which can be covered up. That's no problem. Then I need a gap here where the hard point is going to go into. Is 1 hard point enough to secure this, or do I need some other kind of connection? I could use tracks. Let's try it with just 1 hard point. So I need a sequence to happen. On spawn, my pivot is going to rotate up, which then it will grab the door. Then when the button is not pressed, it'll rotate down, and so the constant value of like open needs to be negative, I think it's 0.6 was the angle I wanted. Door test 2 with P's instead of O's. I'm going to spawn this on the land first to make sure it's grabbing and working. Huh, I went too far. Why did it go too far? Oh, the door fell in. The door fell in. See, the door lock should have held it in place. Oh, the hardpoint pushed it in. If I get rid of this block, perhaps? No. If I get rid of all the blocks. Yes, now it's connected. Now if I press the button, and it opens like beyond what it's technically supposed to. The problem is that like this pivot is now connected to this hard point, which is a door, but I can like grab the whole thing. So I need a way that isn't a hard point. Hard points are really good at locking in place. Just a shame that you can disconnect them. Oh, it wasn't 0.6. It might have been 0.3. I really wanted that design on the door, but I won't be able to because it's basically going to be all of those blocks are now taken up by the hard points. Maybe if I put some wedges in the top, it'll stop the door from getting pushed in. And then I don't need the door to be filled in. Yeah, it stopped the door getting pushed in. That steel isn't going. The door isn't like technically, so the red piece and the green piece are connected as like one vehicle, but the blue piece is not. There's also the problem now of the subgrids are like all out of order, so the blue one should be the red grid because it's the main body, and the green one is the second grid, and the blue one is the third grid. Lock seal false. Seal state false. Seal state. The thing that I'm thinking about here is that it's because it's not connected to this pivot. It's like not a door. Hold on. I'll show you. So when you spawn it, can I zoom in anymore? You can kind of see this circle doesn't look right. It's because that door insert, the blue part of the door, is another vehicle. This edge, the door is a different vehicle. The pivot is connecting the yellow bit and the white bit and saying that's one vehicle, and so when that door closes as one vehicle it will create a seal. But when the blue segment, this outside door piece, connects in, it's not part of this vehicle, so it's not sealing. That's basically what's happening, which means that's not going to work. I might as well have the door start open in this case. So then my other option is to just connect these pieces, and then instead of closing first, its default position is 0 and its open position is probably -1. So it is sealed. You heard the kind of like the clumping sound, clump, clump. And then that sound says it's open. So I only get a straight door though with that. Like I can't tilt it down. But 0 is 0, 1 is 1. It'll always rotate to these positions. And if for some reason it did get bonked and pushed in, just pushing it again will tell the pivot to reset back to 0. It's like, how important is that piece of angle? I think it's really important, to be honest, because it lets you hop up on a nice ramp. And I don't know why it doesn't want to hold this position. So what I could do, see, it's just got a constant on, so the PID is always trying to adjust, but it should be using the other current rotation as its target back to 0. See, we've got 0, and we're asking for 0, and then -0.3. I could, if I change the sensitivity of the PID, then it like doesn't fully know what to do. Or it's just slow. It's just slow, but it is more accurate. I could change the gear ratio to 1:1, which should make it faster. But it's being clamped on an output speed. Whoa, okay. Ew, maybe not. This thing here is limiting its speed, clamping it between -2 and 0.2 in terms of what its output is. I could change this constant on to only trigger when a button is pressed, when this push to toggle happens. If we discharge for say 2 seconds off this toggle, which is in, no, this pulse needs to be always. Instead, when it comes off this function X, Y, or Z, it goes into a capacitor. No, it pulses into a capacitor, which then turns on the PID. I don't think that's really the solution though. It's going to mean that the pivot is like unpowered when it gets to the bottom or gets to the top. So it's 0, but it's not receiving any input, which means this is where like bonking it into something is going to cause it to fail. Or it could be that it's too slow or not staying on long enough. I just don't want it to slow down at the top or bottom. It's really annoying. Let me know if you know why it does that, because I really don't want to lose my ramp. And I don't like the slowdown. I would prefer if it was still at 4 on the P. What I might have to do is, what have we got? Seal state. What if I put a knot on the seal state? So if it can't seal, then it's going to turn on the PID. That way the PID won't be trying to keep it at any position when it's locked in place. Does that make sense? So like right now the PID's not doing anything, and then oh, because the seal state triggers when it's closed regardless of if it's moved or not. I don't need it on when it's closed, which is like this thing, right? If it can seal and the button's not pressed, then I don't need that. More testing must be done, but I think with that setting, the PID will stop trying to move it. Like right now, it's not fully closed. You can still see the frame. Wait, now it's gone. I wonder if it's trying to push it in. So like maybe some wedges, or if there's something else, but I think wedges can do it. They can block the door from coming in any further. And there's no real issue with those wedges being there. So it's not fully closed. I bet the PID, oh, as soon as I crouch it closes. No, it's not closed again. So 4 is just like not accurate, but one is accurate, but it slows down at the top and bottom. This thing here, velocity pivot to robotic pivot. Pushed all my buttons. See, this is too many crazy settings for sure. Pivot gear ratio, multiply. See, I could try these kind of settings and see. I don't need all of this, I just need the PID settings. I do not think these settings will do anything, but might as well chuck them in, see what happens. So slow, but it is a bit smooth, don't you think? Maybe I can change this back to 0.2. See, the slowdown is the derivative gain. Get rid of that. And then if I multiply the output and clamp it, I think it'll absolutely launch the door if I do that. instead of just clamping X, I'm clamping X between, I could do like, I don't know if I can chuck a multiplier in here. If I multiply X by 2 and then clamp it between negative 0.2 and 0.2. That's only, did that do anything? Times 5? I don't know, you guys. I don't know about this. Maybe I can multiply it by 3? It seems a little bit violent, and like maybe it's working. It looks very close to what 5 was doing. I don't know how I'm going to confirm if this works though. I'm actually just going to have to test it and see if it breaks somewhere. Okay, I'm going to point it at the volcano. I think something in the water must have screwed it up, right? Had to be. Something from all the water impacting on the door or something. Physics of the water. I'm going to go over there and then try and open and close the door a bunch of times. I should have stopped like half an hour ago. This seems like it's going to work. I think having these little wedges in here is probably going to help, and then that should stop it from ever folding in on itself. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's working now, so I might have to just play with it like this and see if I run into any issues. Another solution might be to have some kind of override. You know, like this button is telling the pivot to move between 0 and negative 0.3 or something. So there might be a situation where I need to have like 2 arrow buttons that just give the pivot an override signal of 0.1 or negative 0.1 so I can manually move it back into place. But yeah, I don't know. This seems like it's working. So yeah, how do you like the colors? Black and yellow? I think I'll make another version as well that has like a proper camouflage pattern. Maybe a desert camo where it's the same kind of colors as the sand. But I'm going to personally be using the black and yellow one to make it look more like Drebin's Striker from Metal Gear Solid 4. Everything I do has a kind of a Metal Gear Solid vibe to it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Ooh. This is very hard to control.